Hello! My name is Serge and I'm a writer and a spoken word poet from Words Anonymous.
So hi everyone, I'm Jihad. I'm also from Words Anonymous. I do events management and also a bit of writing for a living. Nowadays, taking care of ourselves is of utmost priority. Being better today doesn't just mean making sure na wala tayong sakit na palagay tayo sa physical health natin. It also means palagay tayo hanggang sa pag-iisip natin o sa mental health natin.
In the context of a pandemic, one of the ways we cope or take care of our mental health is really through the power of writing. And through this short little workshop, me and Jihad are hoping we can get to write with all of you and hope to get to know you more through your writing also, as you get to know us. So, let's go!
Let's first talk about how we can start writing our own pieces. Now, is there an ideal way to go about writing? So, should I work on an idea first or do I start with a form? Actually, magdedepende naman talaga ito sa atin. Pero kasi, the fun thing about writing is it can be anything. It can start out from one seed of an idea which can then grow into something else. We can start writing about a thought, pwedeng one nice line that you think would sound great. It can start from a feeling, an experience, or even a scenario na naisip lang din natin. Pwedeng kahit ano sa totoo lang. The way I see it, writing is having an idea and choosing how you could best shape it. Parang clay. And one way to give it shape could be choosing what form they take. Now, let's say I want to share how an experience played out. Maybe it could be better shared when I write it chronologically. So, pwedeng what happened this morning, how I felt about it kinahaponan, what I plan to do about it kinagabihan. Pwedeng ganon. Ngayon, pwede naman ding numbered format. So, naririnig natin to, medyo familiar tayo dito, I'm sure. Para siyang ganito. Number 1, this is what happened. 2, this is how I feel about it. Number 3, this is what I plan to do about it. And number 4, what I think should happen next. Pwedeng ganon. Alam natin yan, familiar tayo sa ganon. Another thing worth exploring kung pupunta tayo sa personal would be the letter format. So for example, we want to write to a future version of ourselves. Pwede natin gawin simply, Dear Future Self. Pwedeng ganon. Or pwedeng Dear 15-year-old Me. Pwedeng ganon. It can even be a letter to someone we want to talk to, kahit hindi sa atin mismo. Be it an inanimate object, if you want, or an actual person who we look up to. So, writing is fun because it can be anything. And the best writing would always be when we're able to say what we mean to say.
I really like what Jihad said. I think it's perfect. We're not just speaking to you as writers also or performers. We're speaking to you as people who miss also watching other people perform and write. And one of the greatest things about people performing is that we get to see all of these different styles come out. What could your style be? Maybe you'll figure it out while you write, maybe you'll figure it out when you perform. One of the things I miss the most because of this pandemic is the open mic night scene. And how it used to go was, when we'd watch people perform, you'd see all of their different structures, all of their different individual styles. I remember we'd see somebody try to narrate how or what instructions that person would like to give if ever they were going to go away and they needed their cat to be fed. There's this one poem, one piece I remember, of a person narrating her love story, and it starts with a bus ride starting from here going all the way to Baguio. In my own personal experience, one structure I like to play with is the days of the week. So there's this one poem I have called Every Day, where it's, let me give you all of my Mondays, and I promise you no more mundane moments in your life. Let me give you all of my Tuesdays, choose. Wednesdays, whenever. Thursdays, thirst. Fridays, frighten. Saturday, Saturn. Sunday, the sun. Just the way you get to figure out your own style and be able to have it reflect in your writing. I think it's one of the funnest parts about being able to write also.
To paraphrase Ricky Lee, walang iisang paraan para tumungong Quiapo. Like how there's no one definite way to write. The best way to write will always be the way kung saan nailalabas natin ang pinakagusto nating sabihin. We need to remember that there's nothing wrong with sticking to what we're comfortable with. Because if it's there that we flourish or feel the safeness, then stay there. So be it. But if we want to challenge ourselves, there's also nothing wrong with that. Go for it. Because with the challenge comes experience and growth.
Something that's helped us a lot also as writers is really watching other people perform. And through the few workshops that Gia and I got to attend also, we've benefited a lot from watching people perform. So I hope this piece helps you out a little bit or help you find your own voice or writing your own truth also. The short poem is called Little Tree. Enjoy. Maybe there is some planet out there that measures a year in 730 days. Maybe there, I am just 13 and a half years old, and people will judge me if I say I've fallen in love more than once already, and actually mean that when I say that. Maybe on some other planet, they measure a year in 182 and a half days. Maybe there, I am 54 years old, and people will judge me, won't judge me, when I say I have my life together. Even if I probably still don't. Maybe elsewhere it doesn't matter, and I'm 10 and 10,000 at the same time. Maybe there I am young enough to want to chase after sunsets, old enough to want my bed at 7 p.m., and wise enough to figure out how to have both. Maybe somewhere out there, my tree rings only mean something when nothing is left, and what little breath of life I have is all the world needs to live. It's all I need to live. So breathe a little tree. I really love that poem. Because other than the fact that I was really happy with the words when it came out, just when I look back on it, I get to see what I was feeling at the time. And when I wrote that the first time, I remember feeling very down, feeling very sad. The thing that makes writing that poem a cathartic experience on my part is that I just got to express myself or write my truth at that time. So while structure is a scary thing, it can intimidate a lot of people, I do hope you find a way to let your truth come out in your writing also. I think that's what makes it very cathartic and therapeutic also.
One question we've all wondered about at some point is how do we make our writing uniquely ours? Sa totoo lang, there are so many works out there na hindi tayo mauubusan ng babasahin eh. Pero kasi, what makes each writing unique is how you can find the part of the writer in the writing. Ang lagi naming sinasabi, bilang abiso, pagdating sa uniqueness, is to write and speak your own truth. Share a bit of you in every writing that you do. For us, that will always be the best way to make your writing unique.
There's one particular truth I really want to highlight in this particular part. And it's really the fact that writing is a social and very fun activity. I can understand how people get lost with the technicalities, with the writing style, the form, the meter, so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's something we end up going back to because at the heart of all of it, writing is supposed to be something that's fun also. I don't know about you, but this pandemic has been extremely difficult. And I know we all come from different contexts, we all come from different walks of life. But this pandemic has been stressing out so many other people. I get lost in my thoughts a lot of the time, and one of the ways I can help process my own feelings, my own thoughts, is really through the power of writing also. The fact that it's a therapeutic device for me to be able to go to when I'm stressed out is what makes writing such a wonderful coping mechanism for me.
Writing is a way to pause. It's a way to breathe out things that make us feel heavy. It's an exhale, which makes it, or any other art form for that matter, essential, especially during these times. It helps us speak our truth. By speaking our truth, we validate our thoughts and feelings. It helps us be more comfortable, more at home with ourselves. Be it a tweet or kahit status or a story, exhaling our feelings and putting it out there for others to see or for others to read, online man or offline, it can help us understand ourselves better. It can also help others understand how they can help us better.
As a parting message from all of us at Words Anonymous, I'm sure all of us, one way or another, is being affected or going through something because of this pandemic.
As of this moment, some people might be by themselves only, some might be with family and friends during these times. Pero regardless, it's important that we acknowledge our thoughts and feelings. And more than that, it's vital that we find a way to manage our mental capacity. Maski sa trabaho, maski sa araw-araw na buhay. Let's make sure that we can create our own safe spaces. As much as possible, try to foster these. And if we can, share it with our friends and family.
Writing may not be the one and only solution to deal with everything we're going through in this pandemic, obviously. But I'm hoping when you get to write, you do find joy, solace, safety, and catharsis when you find yourself writing. Me and Jihad are lucky enough to be able to do that. And lucky enough to have each other and our group of friends to be able to, share and write for each other. One of the things that's lacking the most in this pandemic is the sense of community because we're all far apart from each other. But I hope while we're stuck here right now, you do find ways to be able to share your art with other people. Whether it's writing, singing, or dancing, or whatever, I hope you do end up finding a community. It's our honor to be part of this new Better Today community also, so thank you to all of them for having us here. We, at Words Anonymous, hope we get to meet all of you soon, and we all hope we get to perform, write with each other, and for each other soon also.